As you can see, this is basically the Canadian defense in a nutshell. And we can start to get the Nerf bats out, gain a little more space. Finally, new areas for the Mounties to roam. He thinks that I care about that, but no. Mountie, going all the way. This Mountie is too strong. Yep. He didn't expect all those checks. The Mountie wins the game for Canada. All right. We should be live here. Got the chats open, and hopefully you guys can see me. You don't need to hear me. I'm not saying very interesting things, but at least you can see me for the visual cues. How you doing, Robert? Hintern, don't worry, the show is just starting. You didn't miss it. I didn't log on just to tell you that I'm logging off again in 2 minutes. I wouldn't do that to you, Hintern. Get your hair cut. It's nice when you get a comment like that, and it's not even like, hey, your hair looks long. It's like, just get it cut. Just, for the love of God, get it cut. Get it cut. Good Lord. I'll consider it. I really want to cut the beard before the hair. I'll tell you that. The hair is valuable. And the more I don't cut it, the higher the market value goes. And like I said, Hintern, you're the first on the list. The guy who was worried he missed the whole show is actually first in line. We'll play the Scandinavian. And whenever I play the Scandinavian, I always play this line. Just to confuse everybody. I mean, it's like I'm still going back here, but people never get the setup they usually want. We're going to bring the bishop out. Play e6, knight d7. And I'm not going to be telling you guys how to refute this line because I'm going to keep using it against you. So no secrets revealed. Not yet. Hashem 96. Looking forward to that challenge. So what did the Chess Universe hooligans get up to on a Saturday night?
What didn't we get up to?
What didn't we get up to? McLoping. Hello.
We got Yasser.
Yes, Yasser. Yasser was having some fun. I think he was playing some beer pong.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, was he any good, by the way? He was
terrible.
terrible.
Yeah.
He was terrible.
I was so ready.
I don't know what we expected. Like,
Yeah.
as if
I
it's
don't
like
know, right? Like, I had this weird hunch that he was just going to be amazing. But,
any beginner's luck, you know, like
he
just.
made his very first cup to get balls back. It looked really clutch, and he just bricked 8 in a row.
All right, let's not be afraid. I want to trap his bishop. I'm not really trapping it, but okay, it's close. I'll start with this one.
I'd say the party was a success.
Yeah, that's a good question. Did anyone here in the chat, did anyone watch the chessbrah stream last night? Did anyone catch some of the matches we did? Trying out the IRL format. Trying out a lot of new things, actually. But Yasser was a integral part. So did anyone see that stream? What did you guys think? I thought it was, I mean, it has its technical up and downs, but the overall concept was definitely a lot of fun. I think it was the first time Yasser has really like seen it, been a part of it, like actually in it, seen the behind the scenes in Montreal.
He definitely, I think, like enjoyed the experience.
That's all I need. finally release some tension.
Yeah, we got some stuff, huh?
This guy wants to say hello to that guy. They're in a long distance relationship right now. But I can see the tides changing. So I think we can win a pawn here in against our Swiss friend. I always see the Swiss flag, and I always think that it's like first aid or something. And of course, you know, you could say it doesn't look anything like it, but it's one of the only flags in the world, pretty sure, that's square. And I don't know any other flag that's square. Let's play g5. I want to win a pawn. Very greedy of me, but Yasser would be proud.
Potzer always takes the pawn. Seems like a lot of people tuned in.
Oh.
Alan was right. Yeah. Was completely wasted when I was playing Eric. Alan kept like leaning up in on me like this. I kept being like, "Yo, Alan, like you gotta move some space.
You gotta let me work here, buddy."
Like, I'm playing Eric, you know. I just need like a little room.
Hintern, thanks for the game.
He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm betting on you. I'm rooting for you." And then we're just.
That's nice that is his reaction when you know he's like a little out of it is that he's rooting for you.
It was very loving.
And they do say that people, you know, are very truthful sometimes at that part of the night. So that makes it even better.
That was good.
Thanks, Hintern. Who do I have next? We got Wantage. Recognize that name from yesterday. That's good. Got some of the same people back. Hopefully some new ones as well. Circle Gamer, you liked it. All right, a few people checked it out. That's nice. That's nice.
How many viewers we rocking?
We're cresting 400 soon.
Well, good start.
Just getting started here in the afternoon, but we gotta wake people up. We got some Europeans who are like, you know, fixing their dress shirts, and they've all recovered. It's Sunday, went to church and everything, but the NA people, those are the guys we gotta watch out for because they're all lazy. They're all sleeping right now. You guys gotta get up.
Is he one of those guys?
He's 1173, so if he does that, I'll be very impressed. I'll be very impressed at the gall.
You know that E4, F3, queen takes F3, crap?
Oh yeah, that is... Well, the thing about gambits is that they work pretty much at every level. Like, even GMs can play stuff like that and make it work, unless it's completely dubious. But I just think that, you know, if you would play it normally, don't shy away, depending on the rating you're playing or something. You know, well, doesn't look like he is a normal player of that, but had he been, DJ Chess Dog, you just woke up. See, I know, I can tell. I know my lazy countryman. Something tells me if I don't take that pawn right now, I may never take that pawn. We got 2 hours of happy hour, and then we got 2 hours of the chessbrah show, so it's just nonstop. It is just nonstop. Hottest challenge, Mahesh, just make sure you're in live chess. That's the most common mistake I see, is people challenge me at correspondence games on the homepage. But as long as you're in live chess, you will definitely be doing the challenge thing right. Bishop d3. Okay, Wantage. I'm gonna do that thing where I make a threat. How are you gonna handle it? This is like the millionaire tick down. E4 is coming. Will he A, play E4, B, move the bishop, C, take the knight, or D?
Bishop B5.
And bishop B5, I think that was option B. He does move the bishop, and he creates a threat. I think he can get full marks for that move. So bishop B5, I am very tempted to sacrifice a pawn, but that's a little too much. A little too much. What music am I listening to? We have a chessbrah Spotify playlist, all sorts actually. We have like a techno one, a more loungy one, and
Intern playlist coming soon.
coming soon.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that just got confirmed. But yeah, we have all sorts of playlists that we listen to on stream. So if you're ever curious what music we're playing, I'll either tell you it's some set from YouTube, from a Boiler Room DJ that we like to listen to, or most likely it'll be from our Spotify. So. Oh, DJ Chess Dog, excited by an intern playlist.
Hey, someone's gonna listen to it. I knew it.
Increase the volume? Alright, well, you guys let me know. You guys let me know. If you want me to make the music louder, if you just don't want me to talk, I can also respect that. I think I'm gonna have to take this one like that. My opponent has the potential for a very interesting series of moves, but I think I'll be okay here. I'm just basically all my pawns are gonna end up just in a big clump in the middle. Is he gonna find it? Ooh, the interesting move I was thinking of: a knight takes e4, queen d6, and bishop c6. That would have really had me. He would have got. Yeah, because he's probably gonna get this one at the end, or maybe I can keep it. But yeah. He could have done some interesting stuff there. Because he still keeps his bishop too. So I'm just down the exchange. Alright, Wantage. He's probably going to be castling over here. And that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Beautiful, Wanted. You're so cooperative. I was almost going to pre-move that. Bishop a3. Okay. At the end of the day, I'm not too fancy. He can just not take it, but I'll still do the same ideas next. Rook b8.
Bring the heat.
30 seconds left against one of the most talented 1100s. You got to bring the heat. At the very least, the heat. What's he going to do? Tick-tock, tick-tock. What shampoo do I use? These are the questions that I get on my chess shows. These are the real things. Some people, like, what's your opinion on the Caro-Kann? What's the status of the Grunfeld? What shampoo?
Shave the beef.
Yeah, cut your hair. Like the imperative. So, these are the... Yeah, well, now I've been asked twice. So, the trick is people always ask what shampoo you use, but the bottom line is you got to use conditioner. You got to use conditioner. I mean, it just feels so good.
Agreed.
Okay, king e7, and we're gonna start rolling a little bit. Rook b8. Okay, I can respect energy like that. Yep. He just
Asking for trouble, though.
he created a little nestle for me to just I'm just gonna try to open everything up. The more open it is, the more confused he'll get. He's like, oh no, should I take that pawn? Spidey sense tingling. Okay, we'll play it slow. Just gonna casually open things up. I don't really want to take that rook. How do I still have 31 seconds, by the way? Oh, it's 3-2. Okay, that's I was like, I'm really not losing too much time here. Okay, I can actually take it only because it leads to a mate. It's gonna be, what's the best possible way to mate here?
That's just,
Well, he has to. That's the only move. But here, this is where.
I like some bishop b3 something,
Okay, so what? How much fun can we have? We can do like an extended windmill here. This is just playing with my food. Oh, there's way too many possibilities here. I was gonna play this and rook there, and I realized his bishop. He's a sneaky guy. Wantage. Thanks for the game. Yeah, it's like, how do you even put that in notation? Now you could just put mate and be a boring guy, but but you really should put check, check, mate. Like 3. Check, check, hashtag.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I thought plus plus was mate. That's like how
isn't it? I
think
think it's an
also-
alternative.
Yeah, but then I learned that was double check, and I was like, well, shit.
Yeah, if that's double check, then you know what is a double check? Oh, chessbrah, link in my hair video. I like that. I did do a hair video. Like, if you're the guy asking me about shampoo, you probably want to at least go to the channel, check out the hair video, because it does exist, and I feel like if you care enough to wonder what shampoo I'm using, you could probably get a few tips from that video. So I wonder if he's going to want the queens off so bad.
What was D3?
That he's...
Are you going to play 2 knights?
I was, but I actually was autopiloting while I was speaking, and I was... And then the pawn landed on D3. But he did. Okay, so he really does want the queens off. That's interesting. Gotta make sure we keep this bishop, that's for sure. Something like knight D7. I'm gonna play C3, bishop back to C2. The king goes on E2. And very importantly, whenever you give up the 2 bishops, usually your plan is always to trade the remaining bishop. So if you do that plan, it'll never be a very bad thing. So if I was black, trading these bishops would probably be a super good accomplishment.
Ooh.
I'm going to put that all the way. I'm going to go all the way with E-Dog.
Like some Joko piano kind of...
I'm putting the pawn on A5, and basically I'm putting the clamp on him. It's not very easy. Normally you meet A4 with A5 yourself as black, so he's got a little less space to work with here. Now we get the B4 in. You know, B6 by him always creates a super big weakness on A6. Okay, so he's going for that. That's not the most concerning. Do we play rook F1? Looking like that's the safest. We'll do the rook. Knight E5. We're happy to trade a pair of knights. We're not happy, but we don't mind it. However, trading any bishops is probably not a good thing. Hey, Emad AK, I'm playing viewers, yes. And since you are in the chat, that makes you a viewer. You are more than welcome to play. Just, you see my username in the bottom. Ooh, I don't like that move by him. You see my username in the bottom of the screen there, bottom left, playing game right now. So just send me a challenge. Be happy to get to you. Okay, so probably just give the eviction notice to the knight on G4. And gonna do some repositioning, some tactical repositioning.
Give them that one turn to clear out all property from the opponent.
Right, exactly. And he did, so that's respectable. Otherwise, I would have come in with the repo system. Knight C4. And the thing is, if he had played A5 a long time ago, his bishop could still be sitting here on this diagonal, which would be really nice because it would prevent me from doing this. And now I think he's going to sort of feel this diagonal pressure.
Moving in.
Moving on up. So now I got to occupy the D file. Probably going to get this bishop out of the way. That bishop on B3 is now going to be a very operative piece. The rook goes to D1. Okay, once knight there. So probably the easiest is to just go here because I think it's just going to prevent him from playing knight D6. So he might play it anyway because it's really tough to not follow up with that after playing knight E8. But I think it loses a pawn if he goes for it.
Yeah, knight E8's ugly. Gotta get that.
I mean, granted he does have the right idea. He does want to trade pieces, but he's already made quite a few concessions that I don't think it works the same way that he wants it to anymore. F6. Okay, still can't play that move.
The knight has no home.
The knight has no home. It just got evicted from G4. Now it's got no home. I mean, that feels bad. That feels bad right there. Okay, so I think we're going to clear the dance floor. Yeah, bishop probably coming to that diagonal. That's going to be a very good one. And we can start to push some pawns over here and just probe. Just get the Nassau probe in there. Rook f8. Not sure if that's for f5, but f5 would be a really nice move for me to see. So I'm gonna let him play it. I'm gonna permit that move. He's slowly getting curled into a ball here. And now this rook, like if he ever moves his knight, there's always something like bishop here. For example, he's putting his rook on a square where it looks like it'll just be annoyed by a few of those types of moves. This is very close. For now, I could say he's sort of threatening f5. Still not a very big deal. I can always try to meet something like that with bishop there. But what should I do here? Bishop can always come to e6 later. We've got a nice position, but I want better than nice. I want Gillette. I want the best Amon can get. Okay, let's tickle him.
I hate to admit it, but that's genius.
Okay, I really like the comments, but I'd like to actually get a reference on that. Who's Theodore John Kaczynski? Math Kid 72. Gillette sponsorship with this beard, yeah. Didn't really think that one through. Not sure they'd be thrilled with that one.
Any tips for an under 1,000 rated player? Play a lot.
Any tips for an under 1,000? But the thing is, on my shows, when I get a thing like any tips, that could mean like hair tips, like what shampoo once again, like yeah, it could be anything. It really could. So it is just a total lottery sometimes. Okay, he's really sort of walking into things here. I'm going to try to put the clamps on him with g4. Not even going to allow that f5 move anymore.
You can go live in the forest now.
I'm going to double rooks on the d file. That's probably the last part of the symphony that needs to be played. Knight f8. Okay. Now I think the pieces are going to start arriving. Okay, let's gain tempo there. He wants knight e6, but as soon as I move this knight, that's going to be prevented. He's almost going to be in one of the nastiest zugzwangs ever. Okay, he does move the knight, but I'm pretty sure he's losing material here. But if he had moved his bishop and I moved my knight and he took and I took, actually all of his pieces would not be able to move. It would have been the most disgusting thing. Okay, well, knight e5 is certainly the best looking move by far. I don't think I have much better than that. Unless this just... No. If I just move the knight here, I might actually just win material, but there's knight c7. So I'll win material this way.
Take the easy way out.
Well, I'm inviting him to sort of take my h-pawn and, you know, once again, like, completely trap his pieces. If he takes on h4 and I play g5, that's once again, like, just, like this. This piece just can't move. Okay, let's go. No, okay, we'll win his rook. H-pawn's not that important. Now the knight's trapped. Okay. We've won like enough pawns, right? It's good enough. I'm just gonna keep him cut right off. Yeah, this one will make it easier. E-Dog, thanks for the game, buddy.
That's like one of those classic endgame puzzle things. You have the bishop dominating the knight.
Like from E5?
Or whatever.
Yeah. Well, this is definitely something that I think a lot of people know, but you know that hey, the bishop covers all the knight squares, but it's when it happens in like a middle game or something that it can be equally as effective, but harder to see or harder to realize that it's the right thing to do. But yeah, most of the time, if you can ever have your bishop like this against the enemy knight, even if there's a knight on e5 and you just play bishop e2, it's usually a very good move. It just cuts all the important aggressive squares that it wants to go to. Hashem, there you are. Recognize that name from the chat. My Belgian buddy. Good luck.
G6 actually.
Bishop g7. Trying to grow my hair just until there's no face left. That's what I'm really doing here. The whole gym thing is a complete facade. Okay, we'll play this because he might have already blundered something. It's very close, but bishop g5 is a quite a good move by him. If he had taken, I think some e4 and bishop b2 may have been potentially on the horizon. So bishop g5 is a very good move, my friend. I'll go here. Be careful. Be careful. Nice move. No castle. I'm going to play this. I have a feeling that something's going to happen here, and I want to play this. I don't want my king on that diagonal. If you challenge me, you're in the queue. That's how it works. You send a challenge, you are in the queue. I'm going to bring a rook to d8. Don't have to be rocket scientist to know that that's a good file to be on. Completely open. DJ Chess Dog, you're going to Guatemala. Is anyone planning any cool trips at Christmas? I think that's a good question. Yeah, Australia. That's really cool. Have you been there before, by the way?
I haven't.
You haven't. So this is cool for you too. You're not like a regular Australia guy. I'm just going back to the cottage. Yeah. Just going to the family getaway in Australia. No biggie.
I'm gonna see some family that I haven't seen basically ever, like since I was 4 or 5 or something.
It's got to be the coolest thing to have family in a place that's quite eccentric.
I'm excited. Chill on the beach in the middle of January.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chalk myself up as jealous.
Come through, find some tournaments.
You're going to Pan Am, Swole? Well, are you going to Pan Am? Isn't Pan Am? Are you going there because it's a spectator thing as well, or is that because your university is participating? That's what the Pan Ams is, right? It's that university event. Let's go here. Oh, Hashem, you're got me at a good time. I'm thinking about the holidays and taking my time, and you're just casually flagging me. I love it. Okay, we're gonna do something here. Just gonna be some reckoning. So first of all, how are you gonna deal with this? Queen e1 is a fairly okay move. Knight e4 is also a fairly okay move. Okay, I'm going to push that all the way. And then question is, how do you crack this impregnable defense that you've put up here? You think I won't take that? Guess again. I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy. However, if you play Queen F2, then I might really reconsider. Oh, okay. That's good. As long as you believe me, I believe it. Yeah, good. Okay, that was a big commitment for something I was not entirely sure I was going to do.
Bluff.
Yeah, that was a little poker bluff right there. Columbus. Pan Am's in Columbus. Columbus. There's no way that can be a fun place. Is it? Like, I'm just getting the feeling like, if I'm going to Columbus, can I really be having a blasty blast? Am I gonna get like the windmill? Just like bring all the... How are we gonna do this? Okay. Has to be king takes. Gotta keep the queen on. We got 11 seconds and he's hanging on. I'm gonna bring, slowly but surely, the rook over. We're not gonna trade because we need that piece. Probably queen b4 is a super annoying pin. He's already in a super annoying pin, but I got another one for you, Betty. No, he's like, no you don't. No you don't, he says. Does it think he's going to play bishop there? I just have a feeling. I think f5 and e4 is... Oh. Now we got to showcase the speed. Huh. All right. Oh. All right. He did a really good thing. He stopped playing moves and he just put the bishop. Hachem, you're a genius. You did exactly what you should do, guys, when we're supposed to flag. Everyone take notes. All you got to do is move pieces. And lower rated players usually focus too hard on actually trying to like keep making good moves, but all you got to do is when you see a red square on your screen, that means you're pre-moving. As long as you see red squares, you will flag someone. There's no amount of skill that can play faster than one pre-move. So when I have 2 seconds, that's 10, 20 pre-moves at best. At best. And I'm not the best, so nice game, Hachem. That's further proof that we do put it on the line here. I'm pretty sure that was like a minus 16 or whatever the maximum is. Minus 16 game. Hashem just put me in the 2,500 slums here. Yeah, that's right. That's right. F5 was the plan, but plans change when time gets low. But yes. I will share it on Facebook, says Hashem. Fair enough. I'm on back to 2,500. Feels bad, man. Yep, Hashem sent me back to the slums. He really did. I got to work my way up just to be able. I mean, 25.99 might as well be 2,500. Like, who am I kidding here? Mr. Fruit Loops. I would be honored to play you as well, buddy, but you're either in the queue or not. So I'm not gonna let anyone skip to the front of the line unless you're wearing heels and a skirt.
Yeah, hey man, what's up? It's Victor's friend. I was there yesterday.
BTS Rap Monster. It's Victor's friend. I was there yesterday. Okay. Oh, Rap Monster. I can dig that name. What's up, buddy?
Victor's on me.
Victor's a homie. His friend's the homie. And apparently his friend's also a rap monster. Yeah, last night was good. I don't think I remember you guys leaving, but I think I remember Vic and you coming back. Were you here for the beer pong at the end? That's the real question.
Victor was popping off.
In the pong?
Yeah, he's going off, man.
Yeah.
He hit like a million in a row.
We'll wait for him to move the bishop and then we take the pawn back. Can I read the cue, please? That'll take a while, my friend. That will take a while. How many people are there on the list? Oh, you guys are asking questions I wish I knew answers to.
A lot.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many people, but if I count how many people are on the list, and I just do like a multiplied by 16 counter, that's my potential rating at the end of the show. That's whenever I start counting how many people on the list, that's the first thing I think of. Because you guys are coming to beat me. Which is what you're supposed to do. That's fair. Interesting stuff here. Got to do Yasser proud and just win pawns.
Grab them all.
Yeah, just got to grab them all.
Catch them all. Catch them all.
Did you ever play Pokemon Go?
Yeah, you know, like when it first came out, I thought it was so cool. And I would walk around the like park by my house with my buddies, and I was just like, oh, this is never going to become unpopular. But then they like, I don't know, they never had actual like Pokemon battles, and they never had like trading with other trainers, you know?
Yep.
So I feel like they just lacked all the features that made Pokemon cool.
Like the original Pokemon, yeah.
That same company that made Pokemon Go makes like a bunch of other games, and they're all the exact same. There's like, you know...
Niantic?
Yeah, Niantic, that's right.
Oh, Queen F6. I actually underestimated that move. Because in hindsight, I might have actually played Bishop takes G7 and Queen D4. So, yeah, that's actually a good move. I'm going to have to take Knight D4. Go safeguard these two. I mean, when you take a pawn and then you don't keep it, you may as well not have taken it. You got to take care of that guy. You got to take care of him. Yep, this is how bad we want a queen trade. Queen A1, please.
Yeah, I forget what the name of the other game is called. It's called like Nexus or something. And it's like you just run around and grab full points. Basically like, you know, whatever, the gyms.
Yeah, I also thought that it was quite addicting or cool at first.
Also got over it.
Pokemon. Oh, yeah, exactly. Pass pawns must be pushed.
So passer push a passer. Like a passer push back.
Is that a thing?
It's like a, you know, one of those word jumble.
Uh-huh. Little tongue twister or whatever. Okay, well we've pushed her as far as she'll go. Now we gotta make some luft. And gotta activate the rook. Okay, we'll set a very unassuming trap. Realized I'm playing ICC Super GM Bobby. I'm really curious what the end of that username is. Just Bobby F. I think this is gonna go to a king and bishop endgame, which is looking very favorable for me. He's got to play. Ooh, he's got to play rook c7 there. You gotta stop the pawn on a light square because now you're just not stopping the pawn. Ooh, that one didn't help. Super GM. It's really making me do some like mouse exercises here. Every which way. Good game. +0. I really need someone that's going to give me +1. I'm going to hunt the list. Who can give me +1? Oh, great. Here's the challenge. Martinkle from Canada. 403 rated.
I don't know if that's going to give you +1.
Lose, -16. Win, not even +0, just 0. Like, yeah, no, just, yeah.
Should just say win. You better.
Yeah. Win, really?
If not, consider different career.
Yeah. Imagine if they gave +1 for a minimum rating. You have so many abusers.
Oh, yeah.
But it's funny that there's no abusers in chess, because really you should be able to come very close to winning like a sizable amount of games in a row against someone. What is it, 400 points is the threshold to just get that. It's 0.8, which is almost a point. It's basically a point. You can really sort of leverage that, but I haven't seen, or don't know maybe, many people who seriously abuse that in any way.
Because like, I guess there's like the best level to do it at would be like 1700 to 1300 probably, right?
Right. The higher you are, like 2500 to 2100,
It's like
winning 100 in a row is just not happening.
yeah,
That
like they're strong players.
Yeah.
I mean, you're much stronger, but like they are gonna make it really hard every time.
But like, yeah, and 1713 is a good differential, because even 15 to like 1000 or 1100, the 1500 doesn't have enough understanding yet to be able to just consistently swat away any attempts.
I remember that was like a big problem for me when I was like 15, 1600 in tournaments. It's like could do well up sometimes, but then would just like sometimes lose because I don't know, have no like technique really.
Yeah, this guy's Canadian, Martinkle. Canadian chess is very, very strong. This guy is not to be messed with. As you can see here, he's employed the classic Canadian technique of developing the queen early. And I actually have a bad bishop on c4, a very tall pawn. So he knows, I think, exactly what he's doing. I'm going for the very long-winded plan of controlling the d5 square.
Is that 845?
845? Where's 845?
Viewers?
Oh, viewers. Thought you were naming the rating of my next challenger. Because you never know. Might be another guy from Okotoks, Canada. They really go into some sort of maple syrup shed training out there, and they come back stronger. This guy's playing well. I mean, 400? Dude, when I was 400 rated, I didn't even know what a piece was. Like seriously.
Like 10 years old.
No, this guy clearly understands like what he's doing. Like he knows.
He probably trolls a lot.
A lot, I guess. A lot. Because this guy clearly knows what's up.
Knight d5 wins material, yeah. Wins the pawn.
Where's the pawn that I'm winning?
But you get b7 because the bishop and h5 is hanging.
So you want to take bishop takes b7.
Why not?
So you want to justify my opponent's queen e7 move. You want to justify I told you these Canadians are very tricky. The early queen e7. You weren't expecting that.
I wasn't.
But these Canadians are very tricky. Right when you think you've got no. That's not how it works. These guys, I mean, I'm trying to tell you, that queen e7 is there for a reason, and he knows it. He knows it.
The free piece looks nice, though.
It does. It does. That's only because the queen vacated e7, and that was a really strong square. Amon looks like a hedgehog. Acceptable. Isn't that a lot of people's favorite? Was that Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah. If you could trade lives with Sonic the Hedgehog right now, would you do it?
Well, like, what does Sonic the Hedgehog do? Like,
He like runs
day to
around.
day type of thing. Like,
He like raises Chow in the Chow Garden, and like
well, hang on. The Chow Garden sounds like something I could get behind.
it's pretty chill. You ever play the Sonic Adventure 2 battle?
Absolutely not. But the Chow Garden just sounds like a really nice. It's kind of like a beer garden, but for food or something. That's what it sounded like to me.
It's more like a beer garden for like small alien creatures that you raise, but you can teach them to like do karate. And there's races.
Teach them to do karate.
Yeah, for real. And like you can put them in competitions with other chows, like a competitive, preschool in New York or something.
Put them in competition with other chows. Sounds like either like a piano recital or something. Martinkle has sacked a few pieces, all for a protected pass pawn. At least he knows that that's a good thing to have. Like, I seriously think for 400, this guy knows way too much. Like, I didn't really know like what things were.
Definitely hung my queen more games than not.
Yeah, it's like his queen was attacked, and he was like, he understood it immediately. He was like, I'm gonna move it, but that wouldn't even like come naturally to me.
I would guess this dude's more like 900, 1,000 or something.
Yeah, this guy's definitely worth 1,000. It goes to show that Canadians just very underrated and secret closet talented players.
They got those queen e7 skills.
He played h6. Look at that. No. Seriously. So I played queen c1 like in front of his pawn. He just played rook c8. How does he have that board vision? I don't even see moves that they're that far away sometimes. Like I hang my bishop to like queen a4 check and the bishop's on e4, something like that.
Yeah.
But this guy immediately sees the mate threat. That's very good. Like, that's a very good move. Seriously.
Got some frisky stuff here.
There's no way he's 400. He's probably not played or something. Can I get a forensic check, background check on Martinkle? Like that on my desk yesterday, please?
I'm on it.
Yeah. Oh, he's pushing his pass pawn. He's going to make a queen or something. I'd be careful of this guy. I'm happy. He's a Canadian, and he's showing why we're taught at A5. Okay. Let me see what he's up to. Is he going to take it?
Indulging him.
Or is what's he? Okay. Double attack. Double attack. Is there any weakness in his armor? Okay. Martinkle. I honestly believe that was a game played far above your level. So I don't know what you're trolling around with at 400, but go play some blitz games on chess.com because you'll probably take a lot of rating off some people on your way up to at least like 800, 1,000. Like not even close. Not even close. All right, who's up next? Got Owlette from Rissa, otherwise known as South Africa.
Oh. Hey, that's always confusing, right? I always think it's going to be Russia.
Yeah,
That's our U.S.
exactly.
Republic of South Africa.
Is there anything in which those teams compete? Ironically, because they're both good at very different things.
Yeah.
And it's not like Russia's just good at everything or something. South Africa is extremely good at certain things, but are they both good at anything where,
I guess the only realistic chance
they would
is
play?
like the World Cup or something, right?
The World Cup of football you're talking about?
Yeah. So I don't know if that match has ever happened.
I feel like they must have. I just want to see RUS against RSA. Yeah.
I guess we gotta look this up now. Okay, Google. I forgot if you say that your phone actually.
Okay, Google, what do you want?
How can I help? It's fine, Google. I use my thumbs. Wow, if you type Russia versus South, the first thing is Russia versus South Korea Overwatch.
Overwatch, I love it.
First thing on Google.
I love it.
Just to show
That's Josh with me, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's Vic's friend who's asking again.
Oh, what's up, man? Hi,
Yeah.
stream.
That's Josh.
Yeah, World Cup 2015.
Some people are looking through that guy's history, and they're confirming that he has previously beaten a 515 rated.
What?
So he might be on the doping, like he might be on the stuff because, yeah, no, that's a massive result. Let's get this guy out. Knight of 6.
But these are all from FIFA. This isn't real life.
It's not real. You're on the video
Oh,
game.
wait, no, this one's real. This one's from FIFA.
You're on the video game trying to troll me here.
They played in Hong Kong once, and South Africa was up 12-0. 12-0.
12-0.
Oh, freestyle wrestling they apparently competed in.
Freestyle wrestling. Okay.
They're just kind of like doing the boxer like head hug.
Yeah.
There we go. In FIFA, they seem to play quite frequently.
FIFA, that's very interesting. What are we going to go for here? He's
straddling 900. Can we get to 1K viewers, Chad?
I think so.
Spam people. Tell everyone you know.
I think we can definitely do it.
A bit of a tricky spot here.
Well, ideally, he gets greedy and takes all my pawns and opens his own king. But we're not living in an ideal world. Although that was friendly.
I'm surprised you at least take on F5 and then decide.
Okay, we'll castle. At long last, we'll get castled. If his pawn was on h4, he could have probably tried bishop h7.
Classical.
Oh yeah.
Stuff.
Oh yeah.
Josh, go onto the streets and hand out flyers saying watch them on live at Twitch right now. You know, that's a great idea. I'll be back.
I'll be right back. I will see you later.
We do have the very cool chessbrah posters designed by Jaren in the window now.
Yes. So you can actually see which house, let's say, corresponds to the chessbrahs just from the street. You know, you don't have to like knock the door or anything like that. You know, we got it. We got it laid out.
Chat's attempting to count to 1,000. There's the 66 in there and the 99, some 300s. Started out strong.
Yeah, I see 1, 2, 3, and then it went downhill.
Amon, what do you think that's the main difference between 2,000 and 2,200? Oh man, I'm going through that struggle right now, so I would also love the answer to this one.
Hang on a sec. What's your account name? Is it Brian? Is that you? Trying to sneak one in there? Yeah. Hey, Amon, what's the difference?
I think it really depends on style, though, right? Like people have different strengths and weaknesses.
Opening, endgames, tactics, etc. Well, the most important thing to remember is that there's definitely no such thing as an answer, like a recipe. And thinking that there is probably going to misguide you for a while. So that's probably the first thing I would say is don't count on something to take you there. Don't count on a coach to take you there. At the end of the day, the only improvements that I've made have always been myself or feeling super motivated, or sometimes you just wake up at like 4 a.m. and you're just like, I feel like super productive right now or something. So I think you have to realize that first of all. Second of all, you probably have to identify where you're weakest, because one guy is going to be really bad in like openings, whatever. The other guy is going to be a god. It all depends. It really all depends.
Yeah, like I definitely know where my weaknesses are. Like I know a ton of opening theory, but my endgames are horrible. And I find the endgames like books. Like I've tried to go through some of them, but I just find it really dry.
Yep.
But I know if I really wanted to improve, it's like The answer's staring me in the face, I guess.
Yeah, well, tactics are easy because people normally don't mind doing tactics that much, like
It's kind of fun.
it's a little fun. In terms of something that's actually considered training, that's got to be the simplest one. That's why all the kids do it.
Yeah, whereas like Endgame theory, like Endgame puzzles are alright, but like the theory is it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
38 seconds.
Yeah. We're doing a really strange thing here. The question is who? Who, I tell you, is going to get mated first? Because of his rooks here, he actually can't make like escape squares. Now he's like, oh damn, I gotta get back, boys, come on back. Now my sort of initiative over here starts to look brilliant. All these pawns are perfect for the endgame. Play rook there. Or rook there, doesn't matter. I'm going to be probably taking on f3 no matter what next turn. But any type of endgame, if I just get out of this little pickle here, it's probably going to be very bad for my opponent here. Okay, first we're going to make the Luft. Knight d3 probably coming next. Or king f1, queen d3 actually wins. I'm a cheeky guy.
It's made as well, yeah. I'm not
And then we just clean up, clean up, clean up. The sun.
Pre-move skills on fleek, as the kids say.
Yep. You always gotta do an extra pre-move just in case he finds a way to jump to h5. That was what queen h3 was.
Thinking ahead.
Sometimes when you're so used to pre-moving, you make a pre-move that's actually like illegal in a position. You'll do this or something, and then you'll pre-move that like pawn takes pawn. And it's like, what? What are you doing? Owlette, thanks for the game. Apart from what we learned during that game, we also learned that Russia and South Africa are extremely competitive in FIFA
And freestyle wrestling.
and freestyle wrestling. The things you learn. All right. Who are we going to go for here? Mr. Fruit Loops, remember your name from the chat. There you are, buddy. That's Austria, right? Austria. 937. I think it's a chess player thing. When you play a tournament in Europe, let's say, there's just so many different countries there that by the time you do it a few times, it's almost second nature. Plus, I was always really interested in it. So I studied capitals and flags because it was in the back of my school agenda when I was in high school and elementary school. So I was always fascinated by them. Try to memorize the really weird capitals.
My dad's the same way. He knows the capital of all 50 states, and he knows every province in Canada, even though he's American.
Knowing every province, though, is so much. It's so much easier. There's only 13. I mean, learning the states is like it's way harder for us to do it that way.
Yeah, I mean Americans don't even know the like capitals of the 50 states. Most Americans probably know like 5 capitals tops.
I personally don't know any, and they don't teach any American geography or American history in Canada. So learning that stuff, you actually have to take a course like called American history, like just to learn it. But they don't teach any geography. So my American geography is very bad. My world geography is a lot better. But I still think that that knowing like Canada stuff, if you're an American, is still impressive. It is, because
unusual.
Yep. A lot of people don't know the capital of Canada. That's the messed up thing. Do you know the capital of Canada?
I don't know if I do.
Because Canada is such a regular place to ask the capital of. It's not like I'm saying, oh, what about this African country? And then you only know. Right.
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, like, I would have some sort of educated guesses, but I don't know the answer.
For example, the first guess in the chat is wrong.
Is the first guess Toronto?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's not Toronto.
Correct. So, of course, when you ask the chat, you're not going to trick many people. Google. Yeah. But, okay, the answer is Ottawa.
Ottawa, right? That would have been my guess.
But it only was your guess after Toronto was off the table?
No, I knew
Okay.
it wasn't Toronto.
Because Toronto is the most common.
It's the same thing with New York. Like, everyone thinks the capital of New York is New York City.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
Capital of New York? Albany? See, geez,
Yeah.
those are capitals of states.
Yeah.
Those are very... I wouldn't even have a chance.
But I remember, like, just talking to my dad that it's one of those things. It's like the most obvious answer tends to be wrong for a lot of capitals.
Yep.
Queen C5 ultimately. Ooh. Going straight for that pin pressure.
Yeah.
So bishop C2 and knight C2. Right?
Yep. The only problem with bishop C2 is he doesn't actually solve his problem. And I imagine that the tension is eventually just going to build up in such a way. Like, bishop C2 probably even loses immediately to E5 here, and then bishop G5. Yeah, I think so. It's close. Maybe you can do knight A4, but...
you take the check then, no?
Bishop's on C2, but I don't know. The whole thing is weird. But yeah, it shouldn't be good for white. So he goes for knight C2. I think that's probably, arguably, the better one. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give him some pawns that he doesn't like.
Open it up. I just had to Google it feels bad, man.
Yeah, that capital of Canada throws everyone off because no one knows about Ottawa. It's like, what the hell is Ottawa? Like, what do you do there?
Yeah.
Just exist?
Is that trailer park box?
Right. So yeah, the Canadian geography is always the one that, if you ask the capital, like if you ask the capital of a lot of places, like regular places, big countries, Russia, China, India, US, whatever, people pretty much know them. Like, but somehow Canada throws people off. Ooh, Mr. Fruit Loops, you're gonna need a bishop clinic because your guy's not happy, and your squares, buddy,
It's a glorified pawn.
yeah, they're not. The dark squares, I don't care what's happened to your bishop, but your dark squares are really hurting right now. You can't be doing that. If you have a light square bishop and you put all your pawns on light squares, you're only asking for trouble.
It's pretty interesting. I definitely know a lot more obscure capitals than Canada.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So like even a guy who's pretty good at capitals, somehow Canada throws people off.
Yeah, slips by.
Right. It's like that super obvious one. You know all these famous cities, Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver, whatever. And then it's like, wait a minute. I don't actually know.
Yeah, what's the cap? What I don't understand is, in American history, why they went to a giant swamp that was Washington, D.C. Literally a giant swamp, and we're like, this is perfect.
I think there's a lot of examples of like discoveries that were made or something, and They just like settled in me. They're like, you know, this, yep. Meh.
So, curious, why not knight takes d3 and munch on e4?
Well, the thing is, you're only going to excite a guy like Mr. Fruit Loops with the idea of counterplay. But if you leave his bishop there, he's going to be so infuriated that he's either going to move it and give me this without me giving my knight, or he's just going to suffer the loss of a piece. So he's going to have to make a very tough decision, and this knight is worth like 9 points in my brain right now. So it would infuriate me to have to give it for that tall pawn on d3. It would just be disgusting, really.
The super pawn. The pawn that can go to e2.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, when your pawns can go backwards, it's not a good thing. It's not like they got a superpower.
Have you ever played shogi or like Chinese chess,
I played Chinese chess and I've played Go.
Go's impossible. I can't do it. It's like I tried to learn in college. I have a buddy who's like an IM, where it's like they have a different rating system, but he's whatever Don that makes you the equivalent of an IM. And I was teaching him some chess. Although he already knew a decent amount, he was like maybe 1500 strength already, and he just got so strong so fast at chess. It's crazy. Like, that seems dubious.
He's losing a piece, sure, but he's really asking to get mated.
Yeah.
And the mates are the ones that are intriguing me at the moment. But that's all they're doing. They're just intriguing me. They're not actually working. All right.
Rook b3 is so tempting, but do it the old-fashioned way.
Probably going to be some type of... Take king h1. Oh, he's super cooperative.
Oh, that's cute.
Just a little...
I like that.
Little stack. A little pancake stack.
A little je ne sais quoi on it.
A little Fruit Loops on the top for Mr. Fruit Loops. GG, well played, my friend.
Why aren't you answering any of my geography questions?
I'm only winning if my opponent makes a big blunder and they lose their queen. I almost never win positionally. Any suggestion? Now, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that positional chess could be trained in order to improve positional chess. That sounds crazy, but it might just work. Because, yeah, if you're only winning when your opponent blunders a queen, probably means you're not being very proactive. Like, it sounds like you're not coming up with plans or like attacking or committing to things in your games. So probably play with more conviction and work on tactics. Because if you're not winning unless your opponent makes a mistake, you're probably not looking for any tactics or finding any. And people blunder tactics in every single chess game that I've ever seen. So if you're not finding them, that's probably your fault.
We got 963 viewers. Come on, chat.
980 now.
980. Come on, chat. 1K, baby. We're almost there. A little more juice.
Just 20 people in the world have to be like, yeah, I'll try the hedgehog. Yeah, I'll look at that guy.
I heard he's really fast. Some say he might even run as fast as the speed of sound.
Sonic.
Rolling around at the speed of sound.
Mm-hmm.
You want another drink?
We'll just take the ginger.
Round 2. Just ginger ale?
Just the ginger.
Oh.
I should have said ginger ale. Now I just might get a slab of ginger. I might have to introduce Josh to the Canadian defense. I might have to do it. You guys know about it, but he doesn't, and I feel like he deserves an introduction. What do you guys think? It's a really important system to master, and, you know, he is hanging out here, and I feel like he deserves a proper introduction. Oh, some people in the chat don't know the Canadian defense either. That's, ooh, even better. Even better. Castle, castle. B5. Okay. Holy smokes, he is coming. Okay, let's do this. I want to get maybe the queen out to f3, g4, start to go for a little initiative on the king side here. You know what chessbrah being? It's just hair. Soon the combination of hair will actually just envelop my face. Oh, thank you very much, sir. I was just saying to the chat that I wasn't sure, because you know there are a lot of defenses, openings, you know, named after places. We were just talking about geography, like, you know, there's the French, whatever. There's the English, the Spanish, the Budapest. The list goes on. But there's one sort of pretty well-known place that simply just doesn't have an opening, and it's Canada. Like we just don't have one. So I made one. I made a Canadian.
You made the Canadian?
I made the Canadian defense, and I wasn't sure if you actually knew what it was. Do you don't? So you don't, just confirm you don't know the Canadian defense.
I do not know the Canadian defense.
So we might have to show Josh. As some of the people watching, they do know because I have explained it before. But I think it's fair that if you're going to be in Canada and you're going to be involved in chess, you better know the Canadian defense.
Seems reasonable.
Right. So I feel like you do need a proper introduction once we get into another game here.
I know back on instantchess.com way back in the day.
Way back.
Pre-ICC, some guy, I played e4, some guy played b5, hanging the pawn.
E4, b5.
Defense.
The Polish defense. So,
Yeah, it's
like Canada doesn't have an opening, and the Poles, they got an opening that just hangs a pawn. Like,
on move one.
come on, like, where's my opening? That's just really bad if we can't have an opening, you know, and
I guess they get some compensation though, right? It should be 7 and then like c65. It's like a bad wing gambit.
It's crazy. I don't like. It's really sad. It's really sad. But maybe Canadian players simply just need to make more waves in order for. Although I'm hoping that my defense sort of picks up popularity. You know, and
call it the Rambo Hambo.
The Rambo Hambo. I just missed knight takes c4. Now that I see his move, I'm like, oh yeah, actually. Is this this is a 3-minute game. I think I was talking about the Canadian defense a little much here. So knight takes c4 was on the cards. Okay, that was nice of him to think all the way down instead of moving right away and flagging me.
A bit too much right there.
And he gave me the tactic.
Yeah.
Whoa! What's going on here? Genius.
We had a little bit of 9-second panic.
Skorka. Yeah, that was unnecessary. One thing I have to say is I find that people who aren't very used to, say, bullet, especially, they panic too early. They see the red ticker, and I think in a blitz game it's 20 seconds, maybe 10, but I think
Yeah,
it
you just definitely went at
20.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they see the red like flash, and they like sack their queen, and it's like, okay, you okay? Take a breath. You still have 20 seconds. When you think about it, that is a long time. Like that is at least a couple moves. Yeah, exactly. The Ottawa Gambit. Yeah, I don't know. That was a bit of a helpmate there. That was very much cooperation from Skorka.
Poland. Listen, no hate on Poland. Just, I mean, well, I have been to Poland. had a mixed experience, but
Okay, so the first thing we'll do is we finally got a challenge that could take us over 2,600. So we'll play this one first, and then I'll introduce the Canadian defense
let's
team.
focus. I saw hi Josh in the chat. Sorry, I missed the name, but hi.
A6. Afro Samurai. Let's go H4. Pretend that we're going to play H5.
Oh, chat can't hear me. I didn't realize. It said hand me a mic or mute me.
This mic is, well,
Yeah,
the better the mic, the less it picks up of like other surrounding things. But yes. I have 6. Okay. Let's go here. Oh,
Hi, Josh from Terrorblade. Hi.
Well, I can hear you just fine. Maybe he can't hear you, and that's fine for him. He's like, I can hear enough of him.
That's fine.
Whatever I'm hearing, it's good. Just, yeah.
Just don't change a thing.
Just keep the lack of it up. Okay, well, let's close it down and see what he's got in store for me. He's playing quite fast. I think I'm gonna like kind of join him a little bit, speed up. Okay, so we're going to give him the open A file, but yeah, I'm going to probably plant a bishop on D4. Meanwhile, this square could not possibly be reinforced better, so don't really have to worry about the knight drop on D3. Yeah, just bishop E2 castle type of thing. Rook A4, I mean, I don't think I really know what he's up to there.
The Ghost of Banquo. Hey, Josh. Hey. A lot of love in the chat. What's up, chat? It's Alex from a while back. Surprised to see you here. Well, I'm an intern, so it's my job to be here.
Is that a real message, by the way? Do you actually know an Alex from a while back?
I know a lot of Alexes.
Because there's been some really funny messages from the chat sometimes, like, hey, bro, it's me from a while back from Miss Stacy's math class. Remember me? And it's just like, wait a minute. I could be knowing you.
We had that experience with Eric yesterday, where this guy messaged me. He's like, oh, I know Eric from high school. Eric's like, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah.
Like, ah.
Feels bad.
It feels bad, man.
Mm-hmm. The only thing is there's only one open file, and he kind of has it. So I have to make the kingside count here. Otherwise, I'm not doing very much.
It's me from Mr. Giles' ideology class.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Some of these are really good. That
Probably doesn't know that I studied Chinese studies, Chinese in college. So I probably did.
you're laughing, and it really is someone from your ideology class. It's like, oh hey, how you doing? I could let him take that. Put a knight on c3 maybe? Can't tell if this is going to turn out okay. It's going to be quite close. No, not anymore.
Yeah, good though.
Wouldn't say that, actually. Oh, man. Yeah, this is actually not good. Play rook e8. Damn. This is not trending positive for the home team. Oh man, we sink even lower. Well, I'm gonna have to show you what the Canadian defense is, regardless, because we're trending in the wrong direction here. Oh man, that was a really slow performance, I have to say. And don't be fooled, I didn't gain rating. The rating you see on your screen is absolutely not my blitz rating. I would be a happier boy if that was the case.
Wait, what?
As my bullet rating. It defaults to the bullet. Oh man.
Fat Eris, intern, how does it feel to have your personal space back after last night? Yeah, Alan was very wasted. It feels good.
Does it?
It's nice.
Feels good. So let's get the next line. Gus, I want to say Gus was, but it's Gus W's.
In Alan's defense, though, he didn't want to drink, and Eric told me to make everyone drink. So, well, he wanted to drink, but once you get him started, he just goes, you know.
So, the most important thing to remember about Canada.
Oh yeah, so this is the Canadian?
Right, the most important thing to remember about Canada is that we have a few things that are quite special about us. One of them is our sort of our military presence and lack thereof. So, but what we do have are a few good Mounties, some Canadian Mounties. So they ride their horses and they just kind of go around town, not really enforcing things, but sort of patrolling. So the first part of the game, the opening stage, is usually just a little bit of patrolling and just sort of feeling the area. So the next thing to remember is that most of our weaponry consists of Nerf bats. And these 8 things here, these are the Nerf bats that belong to these Canadian Mounties. So a lot of the gameplay tends to be sort of getting your Nerf bats and just patrolling the space for the most part of the game. Now there is a sort of like an endgame ladder stage, but the Mounties are an integral part of this system. So it's really important to patrol the area, kind of like a scout, and just if you see any danger, then you use your Nerf bat and you try to thwart it. So as you can see here, we have a couple bayonets ready, and okay, perfect. So this will be the first time that the Mounties have sort of explored past halfway. This is a big moment here. Knight g5 potentially. Knight g5. Yep, great stuff. Now, for example, if there was any danger, the Mountie would take care of everything, because they are all-knowing and all-powerful in Canada. So here we go. Let's get the other Mountie out. Now, you also have the option to do something like Knight c3, but the problem with that is that you only have 2 Mounties in Canada. So you lose one, the patrol, it just ends immediately. So we're doing a good job here, sort of controlling space, seeing what the darkness yet holds without losing the Mounties. So we're still in a good shape here. We're going to get a nerf bat out to e3. And we're still sort of maintaining the position so far. d4, yeah. So when two nerf bats meet, it's usually a very long fight, as you can imagine. Just one after the other. So we're gonna put this one here. It's really common for the Mountie to sort of shelter himself behind his nerf bat. Like, they don't want to get into any kerfuffle. They just want to sort of look like they're keeping the peace and let the aura of the Mountie. Yeah. And then the most important part is that you always sacrifice your monarch, because we don't have one. We don't have one. In fact, we're ruled by someone else's monarch. So our own is just completely useless. We don't need a queen. We don't have a queen. We don't need one. So that can be achieved, by the way, in many ways. Losing the queen. In this case, it was nice enough that we did get an exchange, but
For an enemy monarch.
right, for an enemy. So that was actually just quite fortunate. But right now we have, I think we're keeping the peace fairly decently here, and I think we're probably going to have to reroute a few of these Mounties. There's a danger. They sound the alarm, and when you see an enemy Mountie, you have to eliminate it. That's one of the only functions of the rest of your pieces. They're kind of like saboteurs. Like, they're just there to...
Bishop's like the only gun in Canada.
Right. So we're gonna move the king over. This is our sprinter.
That's us, right?
Well, this is the Liberals, actually. This is Trudeau. Yeah. So
JT.
yeah, very loose, very nimble, a young leader. Not really sure what he's doing, but popular. And that's pretty much this guy right here. So we're definitely going to reroute some of the Mounties here. Yep. Now that Mountie, he will do anything for his leader. So he's willing to stand guard. You know what I mean? Like, he sacrificed himself for the good of the nation. Okay, so once again, now we sort of have this. Perfect. We're going to use the monarch to full effect. Now, if forced, I mean, people are loyal. They will defend the monarch here. And we still have this Mountie. He's completely keeping the peace here. Yep. This is just going to be a fairly easy affair. And the Canadian defense strikes again, Josh. Yeah, the Mountie. This is a deep patrol now. We are in uncharted territory. Yeah, Nerf bat. That's the furthest Nerf bat I've achieved in a long time. This is a very successful one. Oh, is he going to sacrifice for the Mountie? He wouldn't dare. That guy's going right back into hiding. Yep. As you can see, this is basically the Canadian defense in a nutshell. And we can start to get the Nerf bats out, gain a little more space. Finally, new areas for the Mounties to roam. He thinks that I care about that, but no. Mountie, going all the way. This Mountie is too strong. Yep. He didn't expect all those checks. The Mountie wins the game for Canada. By the way, the Canadian defense is a lot more potent when your opponent doesn't know you're trying to use the Canadian defense. When he's least expecting it, the Mounties cause the most damage.
Please tell me we have 1K viewers after that.
I think we gained 9 viewers for that.
All right.
Yeah, 9. Yeah, so that is the Canadian defense. And notice how I called it the Canadian defense. Even if you use it with the white pieces, it's called the defense. Because we're not a very combative nation.
Yeah. Which is good.
So, yeah, basically as long as you keep the nerf bats in sort of like a pike formation and just create this wall, and then you have your mounties sort of ducking, dodging in behind the nerf bat wall. It's a fairly effective just sort of bubble, and not a lot of people want to mess with them, and that's why we're fairly harmless setup in general. Yeah, right. It does strike. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, there we go. 1K viewers.
There we go. 1K viewers for the Canadian defense.
Stuff, Chad.
For the Canadian defense.
Canada ever checkmated anyone?
No. Although there is a very famous example of just how dangerous the Canadians can be. You're probably aware of the fact that two knights can't checkmate a king.
Indeed. Well,
that's how useless Canadian mounties are. You can have two mounties against, like, you've wiped out the guy's entire land, but they're just going to keep patrolling. Like, they actually can't generate
unless the king walks
a checkmate, right? Unless some serious cooperation. So that just goes to show just how dangerous the Canadian mounties are. They can't even conjure a checkmate. So that's pretty much it. So I think, everyone needs to remember the Canadian defense.
You use the Canadian defense to get GM.
Canadian defense to GM. That would be a long beard. That would go for too long. I just have this feeling.
Your beard would be so long, you'd be amazing at Kung Fu at the end. We have to watch Kill Bill. I can't believe.
Yeah, that's one of probably many classics I haven't seen.
It's very hype. It's a classic, but it's also very entertaining. Ooh, nice slow sip.
A slow sip. Revelation. Some people are good and some people are bad at reading words with the numbers
Depends,
in them.
If you had Xbox Live or not, right?
I've never ever played on a game system. Like, I've gone to like someone's house, a friend's house, and played, but I've never owned one, I should say.
You play League, right?
Yeah, that's on computer. It's not
yeah. So you're a PC guy.
Yeah, PC everything. I played like FIFA, Madden, all that, but all on PC.
It's funny. I'm like a heavy console gamer. I'm very bad with the mouse because I just grew up playing console games with my brother. So it's like.
That's the thing. I think if you grow up with like a bro or something, then it's pretty. It's a fun thing to do.
He just got they did a relaunch of the old Super Nintendo with like a bunch of games built in.
Is that the Mario Odyssey? Is that?
No, like the original Super Nintendo. They relaunched the console, but it plugs digital, like HDMI, right into your TV, and it has like all the.
Is that the Nintendo Switch?
No. I'm talking like the 1990.
Oh man, you're just
Super Nintendo,
okay, no, I mean I don't know. That's the thing.
The original.
I have no clue.
Old Nintendo system. Well, not the original. Was just the Nintendo Entertainment System, but the second console they ever put out. And we've been playing all these games that we used to play when I was 4. Like the original Super Mario World.
They still good?
And the original Mario Kart. Yeah, the graphics are sort of nauseating to look at. But yeah, definitely very nostalgic.
But some of those games, they're what they are because of how bad the graphics are.
Yeah,
it's definitely. I don't want an update. I want the same. I want to see this pixel kill that pixel.
Yeah, ooh, 8-bit got him. Yeah, the original Mario Kart is pretty hard to look at.
Yeah, Mario Kart is really fun. There's an arcade in Montreal, actually. I mean, I'm sure there's arcades everywhere, but they have right as soon as you walk in, they have a 4-on-4.
Oh, like Mario Kart.
And yeah, two races, and you can just join up. So I like to go there. It's really fun.
We should go to that pinball place.
That Jaren keeps going to?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is, but it's just a bar with
pinball? Arcade, yeah.
Ooh, a barcade.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It seems cool.
Barcade. Never heard that word before.
They're very popular in New York.
A barcade.
When I was in LA in September, I went to a couple of barcades and just set some quick high scores on the Galaga, and then just walked off.
Mm-hmm.
Bang.
We got to remind people that 25 minutes, there's going to be a chessbrah show. So it's not like, it's not like the action just stops. We wouldn't leave you jonesing for more without delivering. So don't think that that it's just a short burst of energy because the chessbrah shows up next. So we're gonna keep it going. But yeah, that's Super Mario Odyssey game. I haven't played it, but it looks so much fun.
Yeah,
like
I played a demo in France and I was losing my mind.
it looks really cool. Has anyone played that game? I guess you need a Nintendo Switch, right, to play that. But I swear to God, it looks so much fun.
Yeah, it really does. All my buddies have played it, said it's like one of the best games to come out for Nintendo anything in years.
Right. Yeah, I just saw someone else playing it, and that was enough. I was like, yeah, okay, this is a really cool game. Like, I can tell.
So maybe some tactics here, right?
Some tacticos? Yeah, this is looking like something, a little spicy. I'm liking this. Some little Rookie 4 spice.
Get that lift.
Gus WS1, that's the guy who played the Canadian defense. I think he's wondering if anyone clipped the game because he wants to rewatch it.
Oh, there's a Yasser emote?
Bishop takes d5, knight e7. I mean, he's still got his knight, so...
Yeah, the c6 knight also very cool.
But you're looking, Timaru, you're looking at the stuff I'm looking at. I want to be a little more patient. For example, here, he's definitely blundered something, but... he has the idea to take my knight there. If I take that, he has the idea to take back. So I can always just take this and win stuff, but it's giving me, I feel like there's a little something more, and it should be this. Actually, this just wins a queen. Yeah, queen
Very
g4.
juicy.
If you see a good move, look for a better one. This is one of my, I won't say favorite tactics, because I think it happens to me more than I do it. But it's one of those underrated tactics where the queen's undefended, and you can search for hours, but there's never any way to protect both of these things. It's so annoying. It's one of the most frustrating things in chess. That there's simply like no way to do both.
This kind of tactics and the like bishop h7 check, like discovered.
Yeah.
Queen on queen action tactics.
Yeah, some of those are just irrefutable. Like when you see the pattern, it definitely works. Revelation, no problem. Thanks for watching the show. All right, Har84. If you're still here, this is the part in the show where a lot of the people who've challenged, they end up not being here for their games because these are the people who've been waiting. They're the guys with the tents outside, chapters, waiting for the J.K. Rowling book to drop. These are the guys who've been there, and it's like. At some point, they open the doors, and it's like you could be asleep in your tent.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
How you doing, buddy?
Not too bad.
Some cold Canadian hands you got there.
Yeah, just taking transporting the answer.
Hey, Har.
I'm covered.
You got Yasser in the house?
Yeah, yeah, in the house.
Awesome.
You're on asleep?
I think so, yeah. In a similar note, Star Wars, December 15th.
Right.
We're going, yeah?
Well, I'm not in the country.
You're going to be gone again?
Well, I'm going to London Chess Classic. So that's in... I'm leaving for that on the 30th of November.
Oh, man.
And that goes until the 10th. And then I'm playing in Barcelona another Norm tournament. So I'm playing 2 back-to-back tournaments. And then it's pretty much like flying home. Kind of like those movies where it's like, I've got to see my family. And they're going to hold me up at the airport for the beard, and I'm going to be like, but my family needs me.
I'm not a terrorist.
Yeah. So, yeah, then it's basically time for Christmas, and then my birthday is at the end of the year, and then it's New Year's, and then New Year's I'll be back here.
I'll be gone.
But yeah, no, I'm not here. I probably still watch it. So we might be watching it together, just in different countries. But
maybe we'll live stream.
Ooh. A little movie night.
Movie night
for the chessbrah fans.
We should get a Kill Bill movie night.
People do that, by the way. Streamers do actually watch movies on stream, and then like the chat of their stream is just like some communal chat box that it is fun. I don't know if you've ever watched movies with people who haven't been there necessarily with you, but you're still watching at the exact same timestamps, and you're like chatting about the movie or something. I've done that before. It's actually quite fun.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
It's not completely disconnected, but Star Wars, yeah, that's a go-to.
I'm excited. I think it's gonna be bad, but I'm excited. Will you stream tonight?
I'm not sure. There's definitely, I mean, with Yasser here, we want to do as much as possible with the guys. So we're gonna play it by ear because there's 2 shows today. So you guys should already consider yourself spoiled. You got 2 hours of Hambo and Josh. I mean, if that isn't enough for a Sunday, and then you got 2 hours chessbrah show coming right up. But I won't say there's no chance because we probably will.
Gonna trade queens here and just
Well, it's tempting, right? Because when you win material, it's like why complicate things?
because it's fun.
Got to test the limits.
Oh, we got some
F5.
packages to get out today. Just remind everybody, Black Friday sale
Hell yeah.
going on. You get signatures from
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
All
Is
the
this
boys.
people, you know, it's like, oh great, Hambo's signature. Like I care about that, but more importantly,
Yasser.
Josh's signature. If you want it, Josh's signature is going on your clothing,
It has to be
just
special
directly
request.
on the clothing. But in all seriousness, yes, we do have a sale, Black Friday sale on right now for the chessbrah clothing, chessbrahstore.com, and Yasser's only here for like a couple more days. So if we see your order processed, we will get him to sign a personalized note and put it in the box along with your order. So not only is there like a discount, you get like a free Yasser signature and message. I think that's pretty cool.
For all you eBay snipers out there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like take. Now we have a few pieces of paper with Yaz's signature. I'm gonna start pawning those off for quite the sum.
Forget donations. This is gonna be our new. Oh, we got 2,000 minutes. What have we been missing?
This isn't our. We're streaming on
we're on
chess. We're on the official chess.com channel, so it's a little different. But yeah,
No shipping to Europe yet, correct? I
Yep.
received this question as well.
yep, that is correct. And you can always check that by, like on the store, it just has the flags where we ship. Right now, just Canada and US. Apologies to the Europeans, but we're working on it. We weren't sure we were going to be able to ship to the US, so getting that out, especially for Black Friday sale, was definitely a big project of ours.
Josh, personal. Oh, Muhammad Ali, MD. What's up, man?
Mm-hmm.
Personal question: will the large chest bra merch fit you? I think we have similar body sets, buddy. Well, I wear my large chest bra hoodie most every day, so yes, indeed, it does fit. Yeah, if you're a little, if you got a little chunk in the
Trunk?
in the front trunk, in the Tesla front trunk,
It's a Tesla front trunk.
dude, the frunk is amazing.
The frunk, I like it.
It's unbelievable. Teslas are so cool, but that's honestly a highly underestimated feature. You just get 2 trunks.
Yeah, no, that is genuinely cool.
It's sweet. But yeah, the large chest bra plays well. Fits well. Have you ever played shogi? Question I asked before.
Yeah, no, not me.
It's pretty fun. A lot of the pieces only move 1 square, so it's kind of like, but it's crazy house style.
Where you take and use?
Yeah, and every piece can promote.
Wow.
You get 1 rook and 1 bishop as like your power pieces, 9 by 9, and then most of the other pieces are pretty weak. Josh's signature, all right.
If that doesn't sell us out, I don't know what will.
The hobo hates us.
I want one of those mates that just makes the crowd go wild.
Tesla quality is the worst. You're crazy, man. Have you ever driven one? It's unbelievable. If we're streaming on chess.com, you must know Danny's opening if you know the Canadian. Do you know the Danaconda?
The Danaconda.
Yeah, you've never seen it?
That sounds like something that might be detrimental to chess growth. Whereas the Canadian, on the other hand, is clearly beneficial. 9 out of 10 doctors approve. I don't know the Danaconda.
E4, C5, whatever, and then H6. And Knight F6.
And something tells me that I want the least amount of contact with Danny's Anaconda as possible. That's just my first instinct regarding that. So I guess I'll take it. A knight's a knight. A knight's a knight.
Knight is a knight, they say.
King to h7. Okay, we'll go right back. I like that square anyway. Okay, resignation from Har84 from the UK. Maybe see you soon, buddy, at the London Chess Classic. Thanks for the game. All right. What else we have? I like that username. Oxygen for King. Oxygen for King.
That's a cool username.
Now, I think it's Oxygen for King, but it could be Oxygen for King. I just have a feeling it's the former.
People are offering to buy bulk orders in Europe and eat the extremely expensive shipping. It's a little more complicated than that, guys, unfortunately.
Yeah, if it was just a monetary thing, it'd be a bit different. But I can definitely say coming soon. I can definitely say that.
Shipping from Canada is tricky.
But we have made some strides. I mean, it went from no store to Canada to US. So I think it's fair to say that we're taking it step by step. TBH, I don't like your beard. Are you ever gonna let Eric stream? These are the comments that really make streams like this possible. I'm going to let Eric stream in about 12 minutes. But until then, I'm absolutely not going to let him stream. There's no chance. You're stuck with my beard, whether you like it or not, buddy boy.
Hi guys, I'm new to chess, 1200 rating. What are the top 3 openings I should learn? There's no such thing, really. One thing to understand about openings is there's no best opening.
But there
are better openings.
There are worst openings.
Yeah, there are worst openings.
There's a few of those.
Like the Polish. But,
and the Scandinavian, according to Larry.
according to Larry. I love that Yasser told the story.
Yeah, you heard. Yeah.
Dude, it's so funny. He's like, the Scandinavian, that opening's refuted.
Oh, you mean that refuted one? Yeah, the Scandi, right.
I'll show you some of my bullet games to prove it. I don't know if that exactly proves it. Yeah, I mean, it's all about finding openings that you like, right? Like, something that works for you. Where you see the position that you get if you play everything right and your opponent plays everything right. You're like, wow, I really like the look of this position. Like, I feel like I understand what's going on here. It looks interesting to me.
There's definitely, I mean, right now the London system is sort of popular, but it's one thing to play it just because, whatever, it's popular, let's play it. But I played it because I like positional chess. I don't really like theory, so it was just like, not only was it sort of in the meta, but it was fitting my personal preferences. So then, whenever you can find something that does like checks all the boxes, it feels very good.
That's why I play all the crazy gambits. I just find them really fun. So it's like, why not play them?
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I think at my level, they're fine at any level. They're like especially fine at the sort of like 1900 level. I think that's maybe where they're most potent.
Yeah, where they're most fine.
Yeah, tactics are strong enough to find the punishing moves, but my opponents and I aren't strong enough that they're gonna really punish me for being down a pawn that well.
Oh, the Flash Rocker, very very funny comment. Very funny comment.
Aman, have you ever been to Germany?
Multipass. You did chessbrahstore.com. Oh, John Schro. That's not the one. It's chessbrahstore.com. That's not the one by design by humans, but chessbrahstore.com. You should be able to find all the merch stuff there. Are the t-shirts sold out? I don't know the actual answer to that question. It depends. It depends, but I definitely don't think so. Are you asking because there's a big sold out sticker on them? Then probably they're sold out, but I don't think there is. You said? Oh, Germany.
Have you ever been to
Yeah,
Germany?
yeah. I went to a small place in Germany called Erfurt, otherwise known as Erfurt. But it's like a really small place, and
What's the best, worst opening? Like the most fun? I like the Halloween Gambit.
it was nice. The Halloween Gambit,
You sack like 2 pieces, but
right?
That's
But
like a
yeah,
bunch of winning
that's almost the only answer to that question. The best, worst opening, because the Halloween Gambit gives up a piece, but it really does, give a ton of play. I can't think of one that's that bad. That's all right. Like. What are other openings where I'm really sacking a piece? Oh, okay, maybe the Muzio, but that's not even bad.
what's that weird King's Gambit line?
That's what I just
That's
said. Yeah,
Muzio.
yeah. You're thinking the same thing.
Yeah, that's actually good, right?
Yeah, I think that's actually totally fine.
Which is pretty crazy.
No, quite the opposite, Mikhail Tal. The reason that I don't think it's sold out is not because I don't think it will sell out, but because I remember stocking up heavy. Like we stocked up for the winter. Let me tell you that. We know. Got to get that chessbrah wool. All right, this is the point where you just take on G2 and just make your life so simple.
That's what you do in a tournament, right? You're just like,
Yeah. You do it in a tournament and they resign.
Big exhale. You're just like, yes.
Like if you
Did it.
play like A5, your opponent plays on for 20 moves until you queen your pawn or something. But if you play this, they're like, okay, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. We want your chessbrah wool. Feels good, man. How's the material inside the hoodies? Is it soft and comfy?
It's so nice.
Well, I'm currently in it right now, but seriously, the feedback is very good. It definitely might be in our interest to put a testimonial page on there, but I know that I've delivered a few hoodies personally on some trips. I also know some people who've ordered them, but they are very comfy, and they're not just like that cheap material that you open a store for your channel or your company, and you get that really cheap, quick stuff that just gets kind of processed out of a factory. We really spent some time, especially Eric, to just like pick material and quality that we would wear ourselves, which is why I'm wearing it. I'm not wearing it to necessarily rep it. I'm wearing it because it's comfy and it's a little chilly in Canada. So I hope that the people who do order it like it, but it's quite comfy. It's quite comfy.
100% Egyptian cotton.
Dominican Republic. Let's go.
Ooh.
Let's go.
I have some friends who are there right now for a poker tournament.
In Dominican?
Yeah, in the DR. Punta Cana. Very jealous.
Well, you're going to Australia, you know. I mean,
As warm as it gets.
yeah. Nicholas Burgos G.
Are they available in Europe? Unfortunately, no.
Smokey with the great username.
Very to the point.
Keep streaming them on. I'm not gonna stream. I'm not gonna keep streaming that long. Just a couple. I know you guys are bored of me already. The beard will be off the screen in no time, and you'll be joined by Eric, and I want to say maybe or good chance Yasser as well.
So we got an accelerated dragon here, huh?
Yeah, I never remember how this stuff goes, but all I know is white loses a pawn in like a lot of these lines, and then there's like one way that he doesn't, and that's obviously the best way. But
it's like there's a lot of tricks. Jake plays this. Has like some pretty. Has like, I don't know, 3 or 4 GM upset wins in it. A lot of them in the Maroxy, which is like considered the most like boring line.
Yeah, white should not be losing that.
Yeah, but you know, it's like they don't want to draw against like an NM, you know. So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
push too hard and then he wins, and like he's very confident in that line. Per that guy's question earlier, like confidence in your openings is so important.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to get to the middle game, and if it's objectively equal-ish, feel like you're winning, because it'll just help you like play, as you said earlier, with conviction. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Not play
There's
scared.
definitely a certain level like that. That's very good advice up to a certain level, and then simply you probably have to adjust. And I know that because I was playing like the Benko for a long time. Because I love the Benko. It was just like, I understood the counterplay. It made so much sense. I was like, this is perfect. I just get to, do what I want. That's a pretty good move, by the way. And then you get to a certain level and strong players just beat you. Like, they just take your extra pawn. They're like, thanks, and they win. And then you're like, well, maybe I really shouldn't be giving away a pawn like on move 3 of the game to a 2,500 plus player. So when you get a lot better, you might have to adjust a few things, but I think that's fair. But in general, I don't think you have to worry. Pick the openings you like, but once you get up to maybe 2,300, yeah, you can reevaluate.
Yeah. Although Esterman sort of like probably received a lot of that feedback with the Moro, right? Why are you playing this at your level? And then just started, came up with all this new theory and started crushing.
Mm-hmm. You can. There's definitely anomalies.
Ladies in a bit of trouble, huh?
No, I never had my ladies in trouble. I put that knight on c4.
Look at that A6.
Yeah, that's just this move feels so good in this opening.
I love that.
It's just like,
My favorite move in chess. Such a problem solver for such a simple looking move.
yeah, it covers the a7, hanging pawn, b5, stops knight b5. Ticks all the boxes.
Yeah, said he's waiting for an hour. Yeah, sorry, man. There's so many challenges in the chat. It's really hard to get to everybody.
Yeah, and the other thing that happens is, and I know that this is true, people challenge, and then if you do anything else, like, you can get auto-logged off after an hour because you're not, like, active, you're not doing something. You can start another game, and all these things, like, remove your challenge from the queue. So that's another thing that happens a lot, or that I notice. So there's a few reasons why, if you've been waiting the whole show or something, you might not have gotten challenged. But the nice thing is there's literally 2 more hours coming right up, and just challenge the chessbrah account, because that's the next show just coming right after this game. So yeah, if you didn't challenge me, console yourself by getting maybe a chance to play Yasser or something like that. I promise you it's worth it.
Playing Yasser is a treat. You guys had an interesting match last night here in Yasser.
Yeah, that was all right. I was reasonably happy with how it went, like the play.
3.5. It seems pretty.
I'll take it.
It's probably somewhere around EV or whatever.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Whatever the non-poker way to express that idea is.
Yeah, no, expected value. That makes sense. I'm sure it was quite close to that.
The games were also just really cool. Like,
They were long because Yasser's just, I mean, he's kind of he just has that universal style of, like, just good chess, and
I do too.
mine is like positional. I'll take my time and, like, don't go for anything crazy. So our games, to probably a lot of people, were very boring, but from a strategical or like, yeah, different standpoints, if you appreciate that stuff, they were probably pretty cool. But yeah, it's always nice to just sit a guy like Yasser down and get any games with someone like him.
I like that positional stuff because I'm really bad at it. So I'm gonna see it. I feel like I learned a lot.
My opponent's playing pretty well here. Dominican. I like it. I like it. He's got a very reasonable position. I think that if I take this, he's actually going to take with the pawn. My knight doesn't have anywhere to go. That could sort of be an issue. That could definitely be an issue. We're going to try to free the pieces a little bit. Take with the queen so I can have space for my knight, although I didn't actually think about that. Rook e1, yes, makes a lot of sense. But now if this, and I go back, does f5 become a problem? Because I'm still somehow trapping my knight here. It's a really weird feeling. I think he's actually playing this pretty well, guys. Because yeah, pawn takes is just so strong. My knight doesn't have anywhere to go. But g4 is a really risky move. I can even consider taking it now that I think about it. But I would definitely be considering it. chessbrah shows right after, literally right after this. I'm just going to play this game, going to end the stream, and I'll thank everyone for watching. And the chessbrah show is coming right up on chess.com/TV, so you don't have to go anywhere. You can just keep munching on your chips and popcorn and stay where you are. Rook e2. Yeah, he's got a really compact position here, I have to say. I like his position. I like it. He's definitely played this one well. Nicholas from Dominican Republic. Will he be able to keep this up for not much longer? Again, very good move. Knight e6. Oh my goodness, I was planning check, but the queen is covering it. Oh man, that just lost a piece. I was planning check. That, man, the queen covering. The things you don't expect. One on time, Nicholas. Gotta give it up for him, guys. That was a very well played game. Seriously, I actually got myself into trouble because I could never take his bishop because the pawn takes, and look at his coordination. The knight covers this square, so my knight can't go there. b2 and a3 are covered. e5 is covered by f4. b6 is covered by the queen. e3 is covered. Just it's a really, really nice position. So I thought he played really well. Okay, well, that's the show. So that was Hambleton's happy hour, or happy hours. Couple hours with me, and Josh was here a bit earlier. So thanks for watching, hanging out. Thanks for taking my Blitz rating points, hard earned, and easily given away. And I hope everyone enjoys the Canadian defense